Welcome back to the channel. So how do we get better at playing guitar solos? By the end of this video, you will have a better understanding of the chord scale relationship. And that means you'll have a lot more confidence in your note choices, and your solos will have a sense of melody. For most of us, the easiest way to start soloing is to use the minor pentatonic. So let's start there. All right, let's start with the scale we all know and love, the A minor pentatonic, root note in the 5th fret of the E string. I don't know about you, but I feel like I was stuck for a long time in this first position here, just almost afraid to venture out, afraid I would hit a wrong note. Just really use these notes as a crutch. Let me show you a much better way to play this A minor pentatonic with extensions. So we're still using the first position for the framework here, but we're going to slide up to the root note, 5th fret here, this A note. Check this out. Just that little slide, and it takes you from this 3rd fret here all the way up to the 12th fret, just real simply. Now, the next thing that I like to do and always do is use the blue note. So we're just going to add that in there. Now we have that little chromatic thing we can do anywhere here. I use this scale all the time. The next thing for me is just look at the notes in this A minor chord. We have an A, C, E. Those 3 notes make up an A minor chord. An E note right there. A note. C note right there. Back to the A note. E note. That little chromatic thing. Gotta slow this down. So you're sliding up to the E note here, 7th fret of the A string, just a little chromatic, half step. Then again. Then sliding up to the A note. A little faster, it sounds really bluesy. And I use this scale in all different keys all over the neck, these extensions, because it gives you some movement to the target notes. You can slide up to those. just using the scale this way, this is how a lot of rock and blues solos were made, just the structure of the pentatonic scale and kind of looking at the notes in the chords. And really my theory is you need to get good at over one chord soloing before you're going to get good at the changes. Need to have a good foundation just to give us confidence when we do a solo. And also because A minor is the relative minor to C major, we can use these exact same notes over a C major groove also. But now, since we're in C, we target the C note, which actually is the C major pentatonic when we play it like this. The exact same notes, so you can do this in any key with the relative minor, but this C, especially I use this in major all the time because you got that note right there. C chord there, that C note, that root note in the 3rd fret of the A string. An E note, so the notes in a C chord are C, E, and G. So if we find those within this pentatonic scale, C note, E note, G note, so all the notes in the chord, so that's why that sounds so darn good. C note, E, G. So if you use that chromatic blue note in here, it sounds really bluesy. And don't abandon this other position. So you still have that C note there in the first position. So the C major pentatonic, you could play it here also. Root note here in the 8th fret here. Same notes exactly as the A minor pentatonic. So those are interchangeable. But we're going to target, when you play the A minor, you target the A note. If you're playing the C, you target the C. C note right there in the 8th fret of the E string. I really believe if you want to get better at playing solos, take that one chord like we worked on, play the pentatonic, use the extensions with the blue note. Briefly look at the notes in the chords. A, C, E. And then target those notes. You can do this with a one chord. It's not easy. I have to focus myself, but this is how melodic solos are made. This is how the greats use the pentatonic scale. They target the notes and the chords, and it is a powerful thing. If you're a beginner or even just trying to be better at doing solos, this is such a great way to do it. Have the chord scale connection. So important, and I blew by that early on, and it really cost me a lot of years, a lot of time wasted trying to play through a scale, just hoping a note would sound good in a solo, not even thinking about the chords or the progression or the notes and the chords. It doesn't have to be like that. If you start doing this now, you are going to be a much better player for it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you got something from the lesson. Talk to you soon.